Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Online Karting League South Africa. This is our seniors division. The guys are already out on track doing some practice. We've lost a couple guys due to load shedding, unfortunately, but we've got a 12 kart. Well, we're waiting for one more guy, so it will be a 13 kart grid tonight on a very small track, so you don't necessarily want much more than that. It's a very intense, small little track, and a heavily populated track can easily cause issues, but here we go. Online Karting League South Africa, East London, round 2 of season 5. We are having a good go at this. We're just about 3 minutes away from the start of qualifying, so let's have a quick look at our entry list. Troy Dolanchek is the first one out on track, well, currently setting the pace as per usual. Then John Wilson currently in pits. Jude Stewart for Angry Esports. We've got Sebastian Diaz for Kart Republic Africa. We've got Lucas Sturman for Angry Esports, Ken Swartz for Toyota Gazoo Junior Academy, then Nico Zafaris on track as well. Then we've got Divya Naidu for Kart Republic Africa. We've got Mateo Sujal, he's representing Angry Racing or Angry Esports in the Divisional League. Then Keegan Beaumont running as a privateer according to his entry. And then Tristan Duplessis. Well, look at that. That's a very first view of the father and son's livery. So Tristan Duplessis representing his team from the 4-stroke scene. And that is a very, very good looking father and son's livery. Right, a couple more minutes to go. Then we're going to head into qualifying. I'm just going to go on mute quickly while I help somebody offline here. Alright, apologies about that. Unfortunately, couldn't help one of the guys having issues. But qualifying has started. First guy out to post the lap is Troy Dolanchek. Troy Dolanchek already leading the way at 32.954. Half a second down the pace is Sebastian. No, Ken Swartz now going on to a 2.5 tenths of the pace. It's still a big gap considering such a small track. Lucas Sturman going into 3rd place. Sebastian Diaz in 4th. Annual April down in 5th. Then Tristan Duplessis not getting a good banker lap or first lap out there. We'll just have a quick look at this. Troy Dolanchek going up again once more. Up the hill, crossing the line. A small improvement. Then John Wilson moves up into 2nd. Then Jude Stewart out in 3rd place already. Ken Swartz for Gazoo Racing in 4th. Sebastian Diaz. Oops, we've got somebody trying. Here comes Rudy Schuschler. Late, but thanks to load shedding, he is able to get in. Rudy won't have a lot of time to warm up. Only 7 or 8 minutes to go. But he's here nonetheless, and that's fantastic to see. Let's have a look. John Wilson going to cross the line now. Does he improve? No, he does not. Let's have a look at Anwar April now going to cross the line. Anwar April is going to improve on his lap. He's 6/10 off the pace. He does improve. He moves himself up one more position. Ken Swartz is currently in 4th, 3/10 off the pace there. Lucas Sturman stays in 6th there. And then we've got Tristan Duplessis, 1.1 seconds off the pace. Big gap though, considering it's such a small lap. Or short lap rather. Mateo Sujal, 6/10 off the pace. Johnny Wilson crosses the line. Nope, not in pole because Troy Dolenchek was having absolutely none of that. You can see the track is getting rubbered in as it stands. So Dolenchek leading the way once more. Very short-lived minor victory there for Johnny Wilson. Just having a look at Stephen Koenig's comments here. A bit bummed the steering wheel is broken. That's unfortunate. Hopefully it will be sorted. Your next round is next week, by the way. I don't know if you know it, but we've got a double header for division races in February, thanks to the requirement from the MSA to finish within 7 months. But yeah, so that's the calendar. A little bit of a double header in February, but who doesn't love racing? Troy Dolenchek had a bit of a moment there against one of the drivers spinning out. I think that was Keegan Beaumont. Cape Town. That's Keegan's making his debut in the seniors division tonight. Everybody else has at least had one round, so that's fantastic. This is East London in South Africa. This is South Africa or border karting circuit. Just bearing in mind that most of the places in South Africa has at some point been controlled by European countries, so there's a lot of European country names within South Africa. Dino Sturman trolling the YouTube chat as per usual, so we'll refrain from commenting on that. Thank you, Dino. Okay, 5 seconds. 5 minutes rather. Let's have a look at a lap on board with Troy. Jude is trying to... Oh, Jude's getting himself up there. Troy might want to sneak in a tow here for the next lap. See all the Angry Racing guys or Angry Esports guys working together. Dolenchek leading the way with Jude Stewart. So we've got Angry 1, 2, 3. Leading the way is Troy Dolenchek, then Jude Stewart, then Lucas Sturman. These guys keep swapping positions. So it seems like they're giving each other a tow up the hill. Johnny Wilson now going to cross the line. Jono and Ken Swartz pretty much swapping positions 4th and 5th. Dino, you are more than welcome not to view or comment if you don't have anything nice to say, bud. Right, let's follow Jude Stewart through this twisties into the final sect. He's going to go. And then he goes downhill in... Uphill we go now with Jude Stewart. Crossing the line, is he going to improve? 2.5? Nope, he's pretty much at the same place. Lucas Sturman in 2nd place. Throwing some donuts there. A lot of angry esports carts. Sebastian Diaz for Kart Republic Africa now going to cross. Will go into the final corner rather. See if he gets a good run uphill and improves his slot forward. He's half a second off the pace in 8th place. Seems like Rudy is not going to come out. Oh, Rudy's got internet problems, so maybe he's just keeping an eye on his ping as it stands. Now following Ken Swartz, 2 more minutes to go. Ken Swartz crossing the line now, 3/10, still a little bit off the pace there by Ken Swartz. Keegan Beaumont now currently in 11th place. Beaumont making his debut. You can see the rubber getting put down on the track proper there. Marbles off track as well, building up. Beaumont improved. No, he doesn't. Nico Zafaris getting a nice toe there off Beaumont. And he's currently in 8th place. To a 6 off Tristan Duplessis in Father and Sons is going to cross the line now. Not improving on that lap. A 10th of the pace in 3rd is Jono Wilson. Guys throwing a little bit donuts off track here. Trying to get some heat in those tires. Cough, cough. Right, 30 seconds to go. Vivian Knight is starting his final lap. Right, first across the line is Jono Wilson and Troy Dolenchek. They are done with their qualifying session. Next across the line, Devian Naidu. Now, does he improve on his lap? No, he did not. Same with Zafaris. Beaumont as well. Next one will be Anwar April. No, he's definitely not improving. Cruising across the line now. So everybody's done with their laps, and that's the end of qualifying. Troy Dolenchek leading the way. Right, so Troy Dolenchek in pole position, 32.478. Then Lucas Sturman, 32.524, and then Jono Wilson for Toyota Gazoo, 32.586. We've got Jude Stewart, Ken Swartz, Sebastian Diaz, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Then Matteo Sudion, 7th, Vivian Naidu in 8th, Nico Zafaris in 9th place, and April in 10th, Keegan Beaumont in 11th, Tristan Duplessis in 12th place, and then in 13th position is Rudy Schuschler, who hasn't posted a lap, and I think he might not race due to his high ping onto the server, which isn't ideal. Right, we are just waiting on all the carts to get onto the grid. "30 seconds to go. Senior Max is what these guys are racing in the senior category. Troy Dolenchek leading the way for Angry Esports. Then Lucas Sturman for Angry as well. And then Jono Wilson for Kazoo in third, and then another angry driver, Jude Stewart, Ken Swartz for Kazoo, and then the first of the Kart Republics will be Sebastian Diaz. Alright, here we go. Did not start for Rudy Schussler. This is now, we're waiting on the grid for the lights to go out. Start sequence has begun. Right. Lights out and away we go. Lucas Sturman getting a decent start on the outside of Troy Dolenchek, who's going to try and go around. Dolenchek's going to defend that down the inside. He's going to have the inside line into the first corner. Oh, Jono Wilson coming down the inside very hard and aggressive, moving himself up into second place. Lucas Sturman's having none of that. He's defending the inside line into the hairpin and opening the door for Jude Stewart to move himself up into second place or third place rather. But Jono Wilson's defending that position, going down into the chicane at the bottom of the... Ooh, big nudge from who was that? Divyan Naidu sending it down the inside of Jude Stewart, unfortunately. That's very unfortunate. Jude Stewart being pushed back by Naidu, and that's not ideal. Ken Swartz making it through the first lap. He's in fourth place as it stands. And then Jude Stewart losing quite a lot. Then Divyan Naidu, Matteo Sudyal, Tristan Duplessis getting a good number of positions from the back there. Then Keegan Beaumont, and then Anwar April. Sebastian Diaz losing quite a lot on the start, as well as Zafri at the back. Lap 2 done. Troy Dolenchek leading the way. Half a second is the gap already. Troy Dolenchek doing what he normally does, and that's just checking out in front. Lucas Sturman trying everything to catch onto the back of Dolenchek there. Jono Wilson in third place, not keeping onto the back of the two Angry Esports drivers up front. Ken Swartz also just holding onto the back of his teammate. Jude Stewart's got a lot to do to catch up now. Jude Stewart unfortunately being taken out by a big late lunge there from Divyan Naidu. Not ideal for Jude, but he hasn't lost too much. He's still in the race, at least. So it's angry Toyota, and then another Angry Esports driver. So it's pretty much dominance up front from the Angry Esports drivers. Then Kart Republic is currently in 6th place, and then another Angry Esports driver, Matteo Sudyal. Right, and we'll just go back to the front here. We see potentially... Nope, Jono Wilson's not catching to the back of Sturman. Seems like he's pretty much got that covered off. But there seems to be a little bit of a battle brewing between Stewart now and Ken Swartz. Will Ken Swartz be able to keep Jude Stewart behind him? Stewart's got... Seems like he's got Ken Swartz's number at the moment. He's going to send it down the inside. Ooh, a little bit of a love tap there. Just running him wide. Stewart moving himself up one position. Ken Swartz not fighting that back. Jude Stewart now up into 4th place. Camera, why is it not changing? Sorry about that. I'm going to go on board with Jono Wilson. Sorry, Ken Swartz rather. Just keeping behind Jude Stewart, seeing if he can move along with Jude Stewart and catch the two drivers up in front, which is Jono Wilson and Lucas Sturman. Wilson now all over the back of Lucas Sturman, climbing that curve very aggressively. Jono Wilson now all over the back of Sturman. Is Sturman going to run wide? No, Sturman's got... Seems like he's cool, calm and collected. Obviously, I'm trying my absolute best to throw a commentator's curse at him. It seems like it. Jono Wilson all over the back now. He's getting really close. Will he be able to send it down the inside? This is one of the... There's only 3 passing opportunities around this track, really, to be honest. And this is one of the corners. And then the next one, he's going to send it down the inside now. Nope. Just moved out a little bit too quick there, I think. Not using the slipstream as effectively as he could. And then this is one of the other opportunities to pass. And then if you get a really good run out of this corner, uphill, you could potentially send it before you get to the chicane. Lap 10 of 12 done and dusted. Dolenček 2.2 seconds ahead. John Wilson ahead of Sturman. So Sturman did get a time penalty somewhere on the track. Using a little bit more of the track than what is allowed, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. Down the inside goes John Wilson. Sturman a little bit of a moment on the braking zone there and opening the door up for Wilson completely to move himself up into second place. Wonder if Luca's doing a little bit of a strategic play there. Taking third place to get the toe on the start from Dolenček instead of just starting on the outside and moving himself back. I don't know if he's got that 5,000 IQ plays, but it could be something that he's doing, potentially. Maybe, maybe not. Angry Esports representing once again. Almost half of the grid tonight. Final lap we go. Troy Dolenček leading the way once more. Setting himself up for pole position slot in the final. Dolenček changing his kart colors this season. Joining up with the Angry Esports team. And representing the Angry Esports down here in Cape Town. Going away from his traditional Cosmic kart that he's been driving in the past. And there we go, pre-final done and dusted. Dolenček leading the way, then Jono Wilson in second with Lucas Sturman in third. Jude Stewart made it back into fourth, then Ken Swartz. Divya Naidu somehow survived that dive bomb down the inside, he's in sixth. Then seventh, Matteo Sudial. And then Tristan Duplessis crosses the line in eighth, but what on earth was that? Crosses the line in 8th place, but I think it's a time penalty for Duplessis. Oops, guys just taking each other out. That's not ideal, because if you lose your body parts, you'll get a disqualification. Right, straight into the final we go. No waiting. Troy Dolenček just stretching that stomach of his in the simulator there. Right, so starting grid, front row, Troy Dolenček with Jono Wilson on his outside. Lucas Sturman behind Dolenček. Will he get a good toe into the first corner? Then Jude Stewart in fourth. Ken Swartz in fifth with Divya Naidu in sixth place. Matteo Sudial seventh. Eighth place is Sebastian Diaz. And then Tristan Duplessis in ninth. Niku Zafris in 10th place. Keegan Beaumont rather in 11th with Annual April in 12th. And then I wonder if Rudy Schuschler will be joining us this time around. It doesn't seem like I'm seeing the 222 kart of Rudy Schuschler. Does he still have high ping? Let's just have a quick look here what's happening. His ping seems a lot lower. Maybe this time around he will join. Not on track as of yet. Come on, Rudy. We know you want to. What happened there? Bit of a weird one there for a moment. Maybe they just gave Rudy a chance to reconnect. We were like 10 seconds away from starting, and then boom. Reconnect. Is really back onto the server? That's the question. Doesn't seem like it. No, Rudy Schussler has left the building. So we're going to get going without Rudy Schussler, unfortunately. Ooh, Tristan Duplessis did not start as well. So here we go. We're in the start sequence now. We're going to get going. Troy Dolanchek leading lads. Lights out and away we go. Look at everybody tucking in, trying to get the cart up to speed as quick as possible. Jono Wilson, mega start on the outside, moving across quickly. But now Lucas Sturman's going to send it down the inside, grabbing that toe like I mentioned. Jude Stewart being pulled along as well. So 3 angry esports drivers moving themselves up in the first, second and third. Troy Dolanchek, oop, nope, as we say that, Jono Wilson moved himself back up into third place after losing out to Jude and Luca. Wilson having none of that, so Wilson back into third place with Jude Stewart in fourth. Oh, and we just see Devian Naidu spinning out. Unfortunately, it seems like he got clipped by the driver that was behind him. Who was that behind him? That's very unfortunate. Right, the battle up front once more. Wilson versus Sturman. Wilson all over the back of Sturman now. Angry versus Gazoo Junior Academy. Who will reign supreme between these two drivers? Will anybody be able to catch onto the back of Dolanchek? That is a question we've been asking for the last couple years. It has always been pure dominance with Troy Dolanchek in Online Karting League. And I'm fairly certain a lot of the guys were not impressed when they saw his name pop up in the registration forms earlier today. So Dolanchek decided after all to come back and defend his title and grab himself some more goodies from OKL, sponsored by Logitech. Johnny Wilson now getting much closer to Lucas Sturman. Still the battle on the track. I can see on the track map this is the closest battle at least. Is Wilson gonna send it? No, he's not. Maybe trying to build one up onto the final corner now. He's gonna work down the hill, down the twisties. Nope, Lucas got that covered through there. Now it's a big toe all the way uphill into the first chicane. And then into the second corner. We might see Wilson try something. No, it's too early in the race, I think. Might want to give himself a big enough buffer to get away from Jude Stewart. And well, April's got Nico Zafris behind him, and then Devian Naidu. No. That's the 225 of Sebastian Diaz behind him, rather. We're just keeping a keen eye on the battle in second place on our mini-map on the right-hand side of your screen. But Zafris is getting much closer now to April in front of him. Right, we see as we move over, Wilson goes down the inside of Lucas Sturman. Now Lucas Sturman's going to get into the toe, uphill into the chicane. Wilson's got the pace, definitely quicker than Lucas Sturman in this phase of the race. Wilson is now in second place for Kazoo. So will Wilson spoil the Angry Esports dominance as it was? It was Angry 1, 2, 3 on the first lap, and then Wilson was like, nope, not having any of this. Wilson seems like he's pulling away now at least, so we'll just go back to another battle on track. No, Diaz does seem like he's pulling away from Annual April. Here dominance once again, halfway through the race now. Troy Dolanchek leading the way. 2.4 seconds is the gap between first and second, and then much closer battle for second and third, and then Jude Stewart just a little bit behind him, holding. Actually, Jude Stewart starting to get into his own now. He's starting to catch Lucas Sturman in front of him. Stewart's now really... Oh, Luca Sturman letting Stewart go. Luca realizing that Sturman is... Jude's quicker. Thumbs up there from Jude. Great sportsmanship between the two teammates. Jude definitely the quicker driver during this phase of the race, and Luca realizing that and giving Jude the opportunity to get ahead and maybe see if he can catch onto the back of Jono Wilson. Fantastic sportsmanship there from Luca Sturman. And then Sebastian Diaz currently running in 6th place. Pretty much a lonely race. The gaps are now starting to build. Some drivers are starting to retire. Disqualification for Niku Zafris. Let's have a quick look. Too many offenses. So Zafris got disqualified for too many time penalties during the race. That's far from ideal. So Zafris not keeping his cart on the track, or within the limits of the track rather, and being punted off by the game itself. Then Keegan Beaumont running a lonely race at the back of the surviving drivers in 9th place. Beaumont just trying to get into the swing of things, getting an understanding of what this is all about. Somebody that needs no more understanding. And this is Troy Dolanchek leading the way. Lap 13 of 17 done. Going down the hill once more into the hairpin. Long run uphill into the first chicane. That chicane is really bad. You can easily clip the curb too much and flip your cart. So that's really not ideal going through there. Then Jono Wilson leading the chasing pack. And that is Wilson, Stewart and Sturman. But not being able to catch onto the back of Troy Dolanchek. As we've come accustomed to, Troy Dolan checking out in front. And then in 3rd place is Jude Stewart for Angry Esports. And then Lucas Sturman allowing Jude to try and chase down Jono Wilson. He does seem like he's catching just a little bit, 8/10 off the back of Wilson at the moment. So we'll keep an eye on that for the next lap. Maybe he gets into the toe. So maybe there's a last lap fight between Stewart and Wilson. Gap's pretty much the same, so if anything, I think Wilson pulled away just a little bit there, so not catching. Sturman just sitting behind behind his teammate Jude Stewart, not really putting up a fight against anybody at the moment. Final lap we go. Troy Dolanchek leading the way once more for the final time tonight. 3.8 seconds is the gap. So all Troy need to do is take it easy, bring this one home, and he will bank himself maximum points and get his title defense on the way after missing out the first race. Right, Dolanchek crossing the line, and that's your victor, Troy Dolanchek. Jono Wilson in second place, then Jude Stewart, Lucas Sturman in fourth. Ken Swartz comes, Ken's got time penalties, so Sebastian will be in fifth, then Ken Swartz, then Anwar April, and Matteo Sudial in 8th place, and then Devianidi retired, and Beaumont got disqualified, unfortunately. So I'm assuming that's too many offences there from Beaumont. Right, so we'll see. Hopefully the server doesn't crash. I just put a pause there. We'll wait for the drivers to join us in the drivers briefing quickly. So we are just waiting on Troy Dolanchek, Jono Wilson, and Jude Stewart. Oop, there crashes the game. All right, there we go. All right, I think we'll skip the interviews. The guys are not getting online, unfortunately. We're going to have to go into driver's briefing. So Troy Dolanchek taking top honors with Jono Wilson in second, and then Jude Stewart in third place. Guys, we're going to head off. We've got driver's briefing for the Masters Division, and we're going to head straight into the Masters Division. We'll see you guys in 15-20 minutes time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week for the Seniors Division at Swartkops. All right, cool. Thank you so much.